Johnny Rodriguez. Johnny Rodriguez, originally named Juan Raul Davis Rodriguez, was born on December 10, 1951, in the small town of Sabinal, Texas. As a young Mexican-American artist, he rose to become a trailblazer in country music, blending traditional country sounds with Latin influences and often incorporating Spanish into his songs. His unique style set him apart in the industry and helped him become the first widely recognized Hispanic figure in the genre. Rodriguez came from modest beginnings. Raised in a four-room house near the Mexican border, he was one of 10 children. Despite the limitations of his environment, Johnny showed exceptional promise in school, served as an altar boy, and even captained his junior high football team. However, his teenage years were marked by heartbreaking loss. His father died of cancer when Johnny was 16, and the following year, his older brother Andres was killed in a car accident. These tragedies took a toll on the young Rodriguez, leading to legal troubles by the time he turned 18. His life took a dramatic turn in 1969 when he landed in jail. Accounts vary as to whether it was for stealing a goat or failing to pay a fine. During his time in custody, he would sing to pass the time, and his voice caught the attention of Texas Ranger Joaquin Jackson. Jackson introduced him to promoter Happy Shahan, who gave Rodriguez a chance to perform at Alamo Village, a popular tourist attraction. In 1971, his talent was discovered by country artists Tom T. Hall and Bobby Bare, who encouraged him to move to Nashville. With just $14 and a guitar, Rodriguez took their advice and headed to Tennessee. In Nashville, Hall mentored him and gave him the opportunity to perform with his band. Rodriguez eventually landed an audition with Mercury Records by singing "I Can't Stop Loving You" and "If I Left It Up to You." He secured a recording deal and soon released his debut single, "Pass Me By If You're Only Passing Through," which climbed to number 9 on the country charts in 1972. Rodriguez's ascent in the country music world was rapid. By 1973, he had his first number 1 hit with "You Always Come Back to Hurting Me," quickly followed by "Ridin' My Thumb to Mexico," a song he wrote himself. Both tracks also made their way onto the Billboard Hot 100. That same year, his debut album topped the country album charts, and he earned a nomination for Male Vocalist of the Year from the Country Music Association. His popularity led to television appearances on shows like Adam, 12, and The Dating Game. In 1975, Rodriguez continued his chart-topping streak with 3 more number 1 hits: "I Just Can't Get Her Out of My Mind," "Just Get Up and Close the Door," and "Love Put a Song in My Heart." He also recorded successful covers of tracks by George Harrison and Mickey Newberry, establishing himself as part of the outlaw country movement alongside Hall and Bear. As the outlaw country wave began to wane in popularity, Rodriguez shifted gears. In 1979, he signed with Epic Records and teamed up with producer Billy Sherrill. His first hit on the new label was "Down on the Rio Grande," which peaked at number 6. Though his first Epic album, Rodriguez, was made up entirely of cover songs, it was well received. While his presence on the charts started to diminish, he remained a strong live performer, even as he battled personal struggles, including drug addiction during the 1980s. Rodriguez continued recording and performing into the early 1980s. He had a top 5 hit in 1983 with "Foolin'" and reached the top 10 again with "How Could I Love Her So Much." He also released a duet in 1982 with Zella Lair titled "Most Beautiful Girl, La Chica Más Linda." Despite his continued success, his mainstream popularity began to fade. He left Epic Records in 1986 and briefly joined Capitol Records the following year. His final notable hit came in 1988 with "I Didn't Every Chance I Had," which reached number 12 on the charts. He parted ways with Capitol in 1989. Although his time in the limelight diminished, Rodriguez never stopped creating. In 1993, he recorded the album Run for the Border with Intersound Records, followed by You Can Say That Again under the independent High-Tone label. He later released One Bar at a Time with Paula Records, though it failed to gain commercial traction. Still, Rodriguez maintained a strong presence on the touring circuit, performing across the US and overseas. A serious turning point came in August 1998, when Rodriguez shot and killed a man in his home, mistaking him for a burglar. He was charged with murder, but in 1999, a jury acquitted him. The incident cast a shadow over his life, but he continued to perform afterward. From 1998 onward, Rodriguez resumed touring, performing not just in America but also internationally in places like Switzerland, Poland, South Korea, Mexico, and the United Kingdom. He appeared at prestigious venues including Carnegie Hall and the Ryman Auditorium. In 2012, he released Johnny Rodriguez, Live from Texas, his first live album, which served as a significant highlight in his later career. Throughout his lifetime, Rodriguez earned respect not only for his musical contributions but also for his cultural significance. He was honored by 3 U.S. presidents, Jimmy Carter, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush, and performed at George H.W. Bush's inaugural ball. In 2007, he was inducted into the Texas Country Music Hall of Fame. 3 years later, in 2010, he received the Pioneer Award from the Institute of Hispanic Culture, recognizing his role as a groundbreaking figure in country music for the Hispanic community. Rodriguez's personal life included 3 marriages. His first wife, Linda Diane Patterson, worked as a flight attendant. In 1995, he married Lana Nelson, the daughter of country legend Willie Nelson, though the marriage lasted only 7 months. In 1998, he married Debbie McNeely, a hair salon owner from San Marcos, Texas. Together, they had a daughter named Aubrey Ray Rodriguez, born that same year. In his later years, Rodriguez lived more quietly but remained beloved by his loyal fan base. Though he no longer dominated the charts, he occasionally recorded and toured, keeping the spirit of his music alive. He passed away on May 9, 2025, at the age of 73, after entering hospice care. His death marked the end of a storied career that helped redefine the boundaries of country music. Johnny Rodriguez left behind more than just 6 #1 hits and numerous chart successes. His influence helped open the doors for other Hispanic artists in a traditionally white-dominated genre. From his early life in a tiny Texas town to his rise on international stages, he forged a path that brought greater diversity to country music. His contributions remain an integral part of American musical history. Johnny Rodriguez had an estimated net worth of $5 million at the time of his demise. He accumulated the impressive sum from his successful career, endorsements, and business ventures. And with that, thanks for watching. Share with friend and please subscribe for more videos.